Hello and welcome to another 31 Days of Horror 2019 video. You knew I would be going to it eventually. Yes. We're going with Gamera versus Viras. Yes. There's two Gamera movies here. I had to watch the other one, right? Had to. Yes. So Gamera versus Viras. It is near the early Gamera films from 1968. Runs an hour and a quarter roughly. It is it's an interesting entry into the Gamera's film. Viras doesn't actually refer necessarily, at least as far as I could tell. Viras seemed to be relating, I guess, to two things. One was aliens, and the other one was the monster that the aliens had. So yeah, what this is about is a bunch of Viras aliens coming to Earth to essentially conquer it. And Gamera first destroys their first, I guess, scout craft. So they send, another one to defeat him, and they learn that Gamera is a friend of the people, especially kids. So they kidnap two kids and use that to control Gamera. Yes. Gamera would rather let the Earth be enslaved and many millions and millions of humans, including kids, be killed by these aliens rather than kill the two kids captured by the aliens. Okay, Gamera may not be the smartest person. I'm just saying. Or smartest space turtle, whatever you want to say. But yeah, essentially that's what it is. They use mind control and these two kids to control Gamera and try and take over the world. And of course, the way Gamera movies work, their plans don't necessarily work out, and Gamera saves the day. I'm just saying. Now, this film is directed by, directed and written by people, the Gamera team. Director Noriaki Yuasa and writer Nissan Takahashi. They're the two dudes behind the Gamera movies. So, yeah, if you're into Gamera, you know who these guys are. If you don't know who Gamera is like the low-budget, schlocky kids version of Godzilla. Yes, Godzilla is a kids-friendly type kaiju. Gamera is even more kid-friendly. Like, this is the Saturday morning cartoon version of, like, Godzilla. At least that's the way I would look at it. In terms of cast, we get Kojiro Hongo, Toru Takasuka, Michiko Yaegaki, Mariatsumi, Junko Yashiro, Koji Fujiyama, Yoshiro Kitahara, Munihiko Tekada, Mary Morris, Peter Williams, and Carl Craig. Yes, you heard that correctly. Bunch of Japanese names, then a bunch of North American names, and that's because, hey, there's North American people here. In fact, one of the kids captured, it's like maybe they were looking for a more North American audience with this, but they had, I'm guessing, I don't know what, I think they were kids of military scientists. I think they were military scientists. Maybe they were just scientists. I don't know, but they were involved in science and stuff like that. Were essentially American, I'm guessing. And so you get a whole bunch of essentially English speaking, though they speak Japanese as well. There's a little bit of mixture of dialogue in there in the film. I honestly think that was just to cater to North American audiences, try and sell the film overseas. But I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you know better, comment down below. But I think that's the reason for it. And so in this film, Unlike a lot of the other Gamera films, this was more. There was more with the aliens and the kids, and then the humans down below saving the kids, because essentially the aliens were controlling Gamera, and he couldn't do anything until the kids were away from the aliens. So a lot of this film is not Gamera fighting other aliens. It's yeah, it's people. It's people. It's the actors and stuff like that. So I think fans of Gamera films might be a little disappointed in that regard. The other thing to note about this film is when the aliens are researching Gamera and trying to find his weakness, they essentially look back at his past, which means a small portion, though it seemed like a lot when I watching it, of this film was essentially just footage from previous Gamera films. So of the fighting that Gamera does, most of it, I didn't time it exactly, but most of it is from previous movies, so you've already seen it. So yeah, this maybe this was it. Maybe this was their attempt and foray into the North American audience. So this was they were trying to figure out how to cater to them, put some North American actor people into the film, and do flashback sequences to get them caught up. Maybe, I don't know. Whatever. But that was a little disappointing. Well, both of those aspects were kind of disappointing, because when you watch a kaiju movie, you watch a Gamera film or a Godzilla film or anything like that of that nature, you want to see the kaijus fighting. You want to see giant monsters battling it out. That's what you're there for. I mean, you want a story to go along with it, but that's essentially what you're there for. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's the whatever you want to call that weird Viras monster. And the fight between Gamera and the Viras monster is short-lived. It's not very long, but it's there. You get some Gamera fighting, and stuff like that. So you do get something to look forward to, but for the most part, yeah, I guess this was kind of a letdown, honestly. If I had to give it a rating, I'd say like a 1.5 out of 5. It's not super entertaining. Oh, he's awake. Yeah, not super entertaining for Gamera fans. It's probably, I could look it up and see what other people say, but I think this is probably like their least favorite Gamera film. I could be wrong. I haven't seen them all, so I don't know all of them to compare to. But from what I've seen, this is like my least favorite Gamera film. So I would think I'm probably in line with most people there. Yeah, I don't know. According to IMDb, it's under 5, so it didn't even hit 50%. Yeah, I don't know. And the spaceship design, it's a stupid spaceship. Like, what's with aliens? Stupid spaceship. Anyways, I don't want to give too much away, because I guess the other than Gamera fighting, to say anything else about the actual film would take away from that specifically. If you are a Gamera fan, you've probably already seen the film. If you're just getting into kaiju movies, I will give this a recommend to you, because this should be in your repertoire. You should see it, so you have something to reference and compare to and say, hey, this is probably a bad kaiju movie. compared to others. Because you may be thinking all kaiju movies are bad at this point. But there are levels. There are levels. But yeah, disappointed. I'm disappointed. I enjoy the Gamera films I've seen so far. I enjoy those kaijus fighting. I enjoy the miniatures. The miniatures in this film were good. I'll give them that. There were some good miniature work in this film. And I kind of enjoy the schlocky, lower budget aspects of the Gamera films. But this one, oh yeah, it was a hard watch. It was a hard watch. I think I may have dozed off once or twice. Hard watch. I'm just saying. Yeah. Anyways, Gamera versus Viras. I don't even know that you can call it Viras versus Viras. Really. Whatever. It's like Gamera doesn't realize that two kids on a spaceship is not more important than the entire human race. That's what it should have been called. I'm just saying. I don't know. Anyways, if you've seen the film, comment down below. Let me know what you thought of it. Keep it spoiler free as much as possible. Love to hear from you. Thanks for watching more 31 Days of Horror to come. So stay tuned. Till next video, take care. Have a good one.